PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
What is up, everybody? All right, this is the Moment Rank Show. We've been doing this on the Patreon, where you can find all that information in the show notes. We're not going to plug it too hard. But basically what we've been doing is a daily video every day, kind of going over the moment ranks, a little bit of DraftKings, a little bit of FanDuel, doing all the stuff. Today is a free version. Yay. So if this is something you're into, check it out on the show notes and become a part of the Patreon. You also get access to the VIPJ Washington Discord, which is very exciting. The moment ranks thing has been sick. We've been talking a lot about it on the morning marketplace and everywhere else, I feel like. So what's up? We get Daniel D, Drippy up in here. Normally this show's recorded and not live, and we just put it out on the Patreon. So it's like fun doing it live today. So what the goal of this show is to do, right, is to kind of no deep threat, no tax advice here, anti-tax advice. The goal of the show is to kind of go through like the thought process of lineup constructing for both. Oh, shout out NBA Top Shot streams who got me in there early. Shout them out. But the goal is to just kind of like take us into the thought process of lineup construction. We'll take a look at who won last night. We'll take a look at both the head-to-head and the daily contest and kind of see like how we can get different, how can we get an edge, and then go from there. So welcome. All right, the first thing we're going to do is let's go into moment ranks from last night. Also look at ePortsy in here. Let's go into last night's contest and see how that went down. I was very excited last night. I thought I had a nice little run going. Let's blow this up a little bit more. Let's go into the daily contest, go to previous ones, and then last night. And what's nice about this is I just like getting a feel for like what was successful last night. How, like, here you go, 1,027. I'm not going to lie, going into the fourth quarter, I think I was like top 100 at that time. So looking at my lineup from last night, right, Julius Randle kind of disappointed. He still ended up with 15, 12, and 4, but like not what we're hoping for. Same thing with Donovan Mitchell, who came out with like 25 points, but did not get a lot of the peripherals. Here you go. The Clint Capella call was pretty sharp for tournament. And then the Ben Simmons one was the other one, right, with a nice little boost on both of these. These Capella, though, 5 blocks, man. So that was kind of how we tried to get different, was with the Capella, right? But let's take a look at who actually won. And this is exciting. What I like about this, you see this? Common. No rares, no legendaries, right? It's a game for the people. So I'm pumped about the scoring adjustment that kind of like, yes, you still get an advantage if you're a rare moment or what's it called? Rare or legendary pops off, but not to an extent that it's impossible, right? Like if you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the top 5, all the prize winners, all common moments, no rares, no legendaries. So we can do this, y'all. We can do this. Capella was a shining star for last night. That's the truth. And you were, Daniel D. You were up there. We the people did call Capella. He was there. He was there for it. All right. So looking at that, right, the things that stand out, the Trae Young 3-pointer. I mean, sure, right? Trae Young's a good call. Rudy Gobert, block again, right? To get 80 points from 3, 80 plus points from 3 different guys, right? The Conley assist. Let's look at the breakdown. So Conley smashed with 15 assists, a 36-point boost. Capella with the 5 blocks we already talked about, and Rudy with 4 blocks as well, so a 40-point boost, right? So those just absolutely crushed. So let's look at tonight a little bit. Let's get into tonight first. And the first thing I like to do, we'll go to my entry, but the first thing I like to do here is go over to the odds and see what we're looking at. So we've got 3 games for tonight. We got Bucks Heat. So interesting. The Bucks Heat still with the closest spread with 1.5. So I think Vegas is thinking Miami's home. They're not going to lose 3 in a row. Over under of 224, which is pretty healthy. I don't know how I feel about that. I think the Heat are toast. So, I mean, I know it's not a hot take. I think the Heat are absolutely toast. That's where I'm at. So we the people saying Jimmy should go off at home. And hey, we the people's been right every time we've done anything. Second game of the night at 10 o'clock, we get Suns-Lakers with a 6-point spread, over under of 212. So that's the lowest scoring game of the night. And then Nuggets-Blazers, 227.5 with a 3.5-point spread. So just looking at this, right, you say Suns Lakers is the game to avoid, both for like daily fantasy and for even moment ranks. I mean, we'll dive into it a little bit more. I'm a little skeptical of that Bucks Heat line. Looking at it right away, I don't know. I just think the Heat aren't the same. They're not the same squad. Bam, yeah, Bucks by 20. I'm with you, Casey Rob. I'm with you. All right, so let's go over now. Again, when we're looking at moment ranks right now, we're looking at the moments I have. So we're not looking at everybody's moments. But thinking about it, right? Thinking about what we've seen lately, if we had to pick, what do we think are the 5 most popular plays tonight? Because for the head-to-head, right, when we're building a head-to-head lineup, we're trying to create the highest floor, right? We only need to beat one person. So we want safety in our numbers. We want the highest floor lineup that we can build. The daily contest, there's 5 winners out of 4,000 people. So you got to get weird, I think. You got to get a little weird. I'm not saying going crazy off the boat, but what we have to do right now is figure out who do we think are going to be the 5 most popular plays. Now, based on previous performances, right, I got to imagine Jokic and Dame are the first 2 people plug in, right? So if you have a Jokic, you're probably throwing it in. A Dame, you're probably throwing in. Giannis is probably a safe bet, right? So that's 3. These are our 3 most popular. Who do we think we have coming in else there? Daniel D. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Daniel D. What else? What do you guys think? Like if we had to pick the top 5, chalk. I think it's these 3. I think Devin Booker is probably right there. Maybe Anthony Davis. Right? Anthony Davis probably, and then Devin Booker. I think this is probably a safe 5. You can throw in LeBron in there as potentially one of the top 5s. Who else am I missing? Maybe people think Jimmy bounces back and Jimmy becomes pretty popular. I don't know. Is there anybody we're missing here? So, yeah, Joker's a lock, right? Now, the next thing we have to think about is the boost. So, like, which moments of these are the most popular? To like when we're looking at the Jokic needs to score 30 points, over 30 points to get that boost tonight. Over 30. If you're playing the dunk or layup, right, he needs over 30 to get there. I think he gets there because the Blazers don't play defense. Dame, for the 3-point boost, needs to hit 6. If he hits 6, boost city. I think that's a fair play, right? I think that's going to be pretty popular. The Giannis block that I have, right? So this is over just 1 block, and then we're boost city. I like that one a lot. The Anthony Davis, he needs over 25 points, and then Devin Booker needs 28. Oh, no, he needs 3-pointers. So only needs to hit 2 threes to get there. So I kind of like this Devin Booker 3-point play. The Anthony Davis one, I don't know. Tyler 0 we're seeing here. Deep Threads, in the tournament, I've played most moments of assists, threes, and blocks only. Yeah, I think that's pretty sharp, right? I think that's the way you can really capitalize on the boost. I'll say last night, for me, it depends though, right? Like last night, I have both a Simmons layup and a Simmons assist. And I noticed on the layup, like the boost, he only needed to get 11 points. Like 11 total buckets, and 11 points total, and he boosted versus the assist, which I think he needed like 12 or something like that. So I actually took the layup over the assist there because I thought, and it worked that day. Who knows if it's going to work the next day? But I'm with you. I think the blocks and assists and threes are the way to go. All right, so this is. Does anyone disagree with this for the top 5 here? Okay, we the Booker saying Booker, AD, Giannis, Joker, Dame should be top chalk. All right, so that's what we have in there, right? That's what we have in there. I'm crossing off LeBron and CP3 tonight. I don't think I'm playing them. I think they're going to get more. Maybe CP3 won't. I think they're going to have more ownership than they should. I think LeBron's not fully healthy. Like, he's not going to kill you. He's still probably going to get points. I think he's probably a safer play in head-to-head. I just don't think you need to do it. I don't think you need to do it there. I don't think he's 100%. I think you're going to see more stats from the role players since the Lakers are at home. They feel a little more comfortable shooting the ball there. And then with Chris Paul, man, I just don't think he's right. I don't think he's right. I just think it's way too risky. There's just no need to do it, which actually makes me a little more concerned with Devin Booker because he's probably going to get doubled quite a bit. So it means like Mikal Bridges and DeAndre Ayton are going to have to do more. But he only needs to hit 2 threes, and then we're riding the bonus for the rest of the night. So if we're thinking about fading any sort of the chalky guys, here's my hot take for tonight. I think I'm fading Dame. I think they're going to really game plan. They're not going to allow Dame to do what he did. Now, this could be a death nail take. But in the daily and head-to-head, I'm probably still playing Dame. But in the daily, I think I'm going to move off Dame. I think if you watch the way Aaron Gordon ran up and down all over Dame, slowed him down. What did Dame have? 32 points in the first half of that game, and then the second half only had 10. I don't know if he scores less than 30 points and like say he hits 5 threes, like Dame's not going to get you top 5, right? Dame's not going to do it. And for him to be one of the more popular plays, it's to me it's like a good spot to pivot off of. So for me, when I'm looking at this of the popular-ish guys tonight, I think I'm going to stay away from Dame, LeBron. I don't know how popular CP3 is, but I'm going to cross off CP3. So with all that being said, now let's start building a daily lineup. I should say, like, if you're looking at a head-to-head lineup, I think this is great. This is pretty safe with also a high floor. Like, this is, I don't hate this. I don't hate this. Bummer, it's all commons, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. All right. Also, if you guys have thoughts, comments, Vincent David says campaign might end up being a sleeper with Paul banged up. I love him for daily fantasy. I think, I mean, I'm sure he'll be pretty popular. He'll be popular salary relief, but he's going to have to play more. He's absolutely going to have to play more. All right. I'm going to start building my lineup. As always, I'm not telling you who to play. I'm just taking you where I think I'm going. There's a chance I don't do this, right? There's a chance I don't play this lineup, so nobody hold me to it. First thing I'm doing, though, I am putting Giannis in there. I know Giannis is going to be chalk, but as we looked, hopefully people are playing his points moment more than his block moment. He literally needs one block. He's going to get at least one block. I'm throwing Giannis in there. So he's like, I'm fine having him. Here's another thing that I wanted to say about, this is not financial advice. Yeah, shout out Peter who was here earlier this morning. The OG, don't dupe me, bro. All right. If we think we fade Dame because Aaron Gordon's going to be on him, because maybe they throw a double at him, does CJ benefit from this? Does CJ McCollum be the guy? Does he be the guy? Because, Aaron Gordon can cover Dame. They can double Dame all they want. They're still not a solid defensive team. Like, they're still going to give up a shit ton of points. So does CJ benefit the most from this? If we're playing this script out in our head, you could make a case for Nurkic too. I think you can make a fine case for Nurkic. But I think I don't know. I think CJ would be the guy that stood out. Now I can't remember what CJ moments I have. Let's look at, we've got dunk and handles. Now does handles is assist, right? Handles counts as assists. You guys correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. I remember it didn't count for a while, and now I believe it does count as assists. So let's pull up the CJ. He would need 5 assists to get there for that boost. And if you're playing the points, if you're playing the bucket, he needs 23 points to get there. CJ to me is intriguing, right? We know CJ has a ceiling. He can go off. Here we go. We the people in lockstep. This is a CJ game. They usually take turns from game to game to throw defenses off. I like Nurk. Also, thank you NBA Top Shot Streams for saying that. Yeah, so this does count as an assist. So I think CJ, you can make a case for CJ. You can make a case for Nurk. I like both of them. The thing that always scares me with Nurk is foul trouble, just because he's going up against Jokic, and Jokic can do that to you. He can do that to you. All right, let's keep moving off. Wait, do I have a Nurkic moment? I can't remember. I do. So I have a common block. Let's see what he needs for blocks to get there. 2 blocks. Yeah, I don't hate the Nurkic play. I don't think that's where I'm going. All right. I'm going to look at Bam only because I have him. So I have him. This is his Eastern Conference final moment, so there's an extra boost if he gets there. Bam has been awful. He has been absolutely awful in this series. I hate it. I hate this play only because of how bad he's been. He didn't look right. I talked about this the other night the other morning in the morning marketplace. He was so frustrated. He finally got a bucket like late in the second half and like threw his hands up like, yeah, I did it. Like the same move I would make on on the pickup court. Like the same thing I would do, like utter frustration. I don't want to see that from Bam. Yeah, Vincent, you're right. Don't do it, Mike. I know. Here's the thing though. He can score. He can have a 30-point game. And if he only needs to get to 15 for that boost to happen, it's an extra boost because it's a rare moment. I'm just saying he's on my radar. Bam is on my radar. All right, let's keep moving. Anthony Davis, I'm probably playing, right? So I know he's chalky too. Who do I have in there right now? Right now I've got Giannis and AD. Again, these are the two chalk players, but if we believe that LeBron is not right, and we know that the matchup is kind of tough for the Suns, I mean AD makes a ton of sense to me. So I wish it was a different moment so that I was getting a different kind of boost than just points. But AD is also capable of scoring 40 against this team, so I don't hate that. So AD, you're in. Devin Booker, I still think I'm not going to plug Booker in yet because, again, he only needs a couple of – actually, yes, I am. He only needs a couple of threes, so I'm going to throw him in there. All right, here we go. Now we're having some fun. So we got 2 players left. Drew Holiday needs 8 assists to get there. You know how I feel about Drew Holiday. I love Drew Holiday. I think this moment stands out. We already talked about CJ. We already talked about CJ there, right? Here we go, though. You knew this was coming. Michael Porter Jr., this is a rare moment. He needs 4 threes to get there. 4 threes to get there for the bonus night. I have to be right on Michael Porter Jr. at some point, right? I have to be right. He's getting his shots. He's getting those shots up. They haven't been falling, but I like him. I have been surprised the Blazers have thrown Covington on him more than I thought we were going to see. I thought we were going to see way more Norman Powell on him with Covington on Gordon, but they were just kind of like, Gordon's not an offensive threat. Porter is. Covington, go get him. But I still like Porter Jr., mainly the three-point moment. If it's not the three-point moment, I'm a little nervous. I think the boost power is just way more intriguing with this moment being a three-point play because he's capable of hitting like 6 or 7. So I like this. I like the Michael Porter Jr. call, but you can just call me a fish and we can move on, right? Because this is how I feel. Don't play Jamal Murray. How's that for pretty good advice? DeAndre Ayton was the other one I wanted to look at. My only concern, so his points per game is still at 12. So, okay, let's go back to the thesis before of we have Chris Paul, not 100%. Devin Booker is probably going to be seeing like the defense is going to be scheming around him, right? So maybe they're throwing him a double, even though we're playing Devin Booker because he only needs a couple threes to get there. If you think the double's coming, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for DeAndre Ayton to do some work down low. And game 1 appeared not to be a fluke because he went out and put up like 20 and 12 in game 2. If he only needs to get to 13 points for that boost to kick in, I like that a lot too. Now, how popular do we think Ayton's going to be? Because he has had 2 good games in a row. I don't know how popular he's going to be. But yeah, I think that's probably as low as I'm going, right? I don't really want Schroeder. I mean, we talked about Nurkic too. Schroeder only needs 16 points to get there, but I don't know. Tyler Hero, and I have his rising star as well. So he needs 3 threes to get there for that moment. You can make the case the role players are going to play better at home, but I don't know. I think that's where it stops for me. I'm not throwing anybody else at the Precious Achiuwa. No, that's where it stops for me. So I don't think I'm going to completely fill out the lineup right now, but I think we've narrowed it down, right? I think the way to be different. Vincent says Ayton is still flying under the radar. Hero sneaky. I think the real thing to think about tonight is like, how are you being different? And I think just by not playing Dame, that's going to be different, right? What do you think? Like 80% of the lineups have Dame. Yeah, and there's only 29 of us watching this, so including myself, 30. So that means 30 of us won't play Dame. Yeah, Jimmy Butler too. I guess did I just learn I don't have a Jimmy Butler moment? Is that what I learned? Yeah, I don't own a Jimmy Butler. Yeah, I think Jimmy Butler's fine. I think Jimmy Butler's a fine play, especially because the one nice thing about the 10-game average, the Heat have sucked the last 2 games. So that their numbers should be lower than they normally are. So I don't hate that. I don't hate the Jimmy Butler call. Because that's going to be different. I don't think there's going to be a high percentage of people that are playing Jimmy. Because I really do think, I mean, you look at your moments and you're just going to be like, oh yeah, of course, Jokic, Dame, that's 2. Giannis, AD, Booker, 5, bang, done. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think 1,000 people are going to have that lineup, and you're not. I mean, unless you're just hoping for tiebreakers. But by playing someone like Ayton, by playing someone like CJ, like Nurk, Jimmy, Bam. I can't believe I'm playing Bam tonight, but I'm doing it. Yeah, the Bridges call. I mean, you can make the same case for the Bridges that you make for Ayton, right? Where like they double Booker, CP's dinged up. Mikal Bridges now is getting some more open looks and cutting to the rim on when Booker's getting doubled. So yeah, you could talk me into Mikal Bridges as well. I think for DFS purposes, that's where I'm riding tonight is the Mikal Bridges. It's tricky though, man. When you look at those over-unders, right? When you see that's such a significant drop-off between like 227.5, 224, close spreads, and then Vegas just thinks the Lakers are going to win a tight defensive game. So I don't know. That's something to keep in mind. Again, that's probably more DFS focused, right? That's probably more DFS focused when we're thinking about over and under. A Deep Thread said, any of these games going to blow out? I mean, that's another thing I didn't mention at the top, but I think a good thought exercise for both for moment ranks, but also for daily fantasy, especially on these small slates, right? It's easy when it's a 14-game slate. You're not too concerned about blowouts, but on a 3-game slate, if you think the Bucks are just going, sorry, Daniel D, cover your ears. If you think the Bucks are going to run away with this game and they're going to win by 20, you limit your exposure to the Heat. Like Giannis can still get there in a blowout because obviously they blew him out, right? So obviously he still got there. Like we saw it the other night with Drew Holiday. Like they blew him out, but they all still got there. So if that's going to happen, I mean, maybe you stay away from that game and you load up on the late games. I don't know. Yeah, we the people saying the Lakers game. But you know what? I was impressed by the Suns on game 2 because I thought game 2 was going to be the blowout game, and maybe because it was at home, they hung on a little bit longer than we thought they were. But I don't know. I'm starting to buy into the Suns team a little bit more, and maybe that they just lose a lot of close, low-scoring games. I think if LeBron is Bron, what did you say? Bron and AD back home found the blueprint to beat the Suns. I think they crush. Yeah, I just think LeBron might be a little dinged up though. I just don't think he's fully healthy. That's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, AD should. I can't tell if this was a bit or are we making fun of AD because he can't play, which I like. I like that joke if that's what we're doing. But AD should be playing tonight. Vincent says debating back and forth with my Middleton assist. What is the boost on the Middleton assist? What's the boost there? Like, what does he need to get? If you watch the morning marketplace, I am not a fan of Chris Middleton, so I have my opinion is very biased. But he's been balling. I think I lean Drew Holiday over Middleton, but again, that's just preference because I like Holiday. Middleton's still a good play. Middleton has just destroyed the Celtics every single time they played for the last 5 years, and it hurts. It hurts every time I see him. But that's a sneaky play. I don't think you're going to see a lot of Middletons. I don't think you're going to see a lot of Middletons out there. Again, I think anything but the 5 that we threw in there earlier. The 5 that we threw in there earlier, the Giannis, AD, Booker, and then followed by Dame and Jokic, right? Those are going to be the most popular. I think I'm finishing this lineup. Like if I am finishing this lineup, it's probably going to be Jokic and Michael Porter Jr. I think I'm going to ride with that. And I guess I could make the case of playing, maybe subbing out Booker for Bam. I can't believe Bam's going to be in my lineup. What a fish. What a fish. This is true. We the People says Braun was playing passive, in my opinion, just to save it for his home fans, but we'll see. I see the Lakers by 12. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, I'm not counting out LeBron. I still think LeBron's really good. Even when he's dinged up, he's good. I think I'm just more concerned about playing him. I'm more concerned about playing him in DFS and moment ranks. I just don't think he's right. I don't think he's fully there. I can see both the Bucks and Lakers blowing out tonight. Yeah, I do too. I just give me the Nuggets, Blazers right to my veins. That's the game I'm ready for. No defense, fast pace, close game. That's what I'm ready for. That is what I'm ready for. If you guys have any more questions about tonight's moment rank stuff or just in general, throw them in there. we do this show every single day for the Patreon, so you can see that in the show notes if you want to sign up. It also gets you into the VIP Discord. Normally, too, on this show, we'll then go through DK and FanDuel as well. But because we're just we'll just chat moment ranks today, and then I'm gonna dig in and see how I can lose money on DraftKings, because that has been the path that we've been taking so far. Very exciting stuff. Very exciting. Yeah, that game's going to be close. I don't think either team is capable of blowing the other one out right now. I'm so fascinated for the game tonight, though. I want to know, is Malone going to stick with throwing Aaron Gordon on Dame? Just do it right from the beginning, right? Do we do it right from quarter one? And I want to see how the Blazers counter that. I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped to see how that goes. Have you tried the FanDuel in-game contest yet? No, I haven't. I've done that with DraftKings before, the second half stuff. I did that a lot in football. To, different levels of success, I guess. Sometimes it was good. Oh, hell yeah, Alex. Glad you got it. Dame assist boost over 8 if you really thinks he gets doubled all the time. Yeah, that's another good call too, right? If you still want to play Dame and you want to be different, you play a different moment. And we didn't spend enough time on that. We talked about it a little bit with the boost, right? But you can still get different by playing the same guy. So I would imagine, you think of Dame, you think of threes, right? So if you play anything that's not a 3, that's going to be different. Right? And I don't know which Devin Booker is the most popular too, but he hasn't been shooting 3s lately. So who knows? But again, he only needs 2 to get there for that boost. And same thing with Giannis, right? I think the Giannis block is a little bit different. And I straight up went out and bought Giannis. How many of you guys have bought moments just specifically for moment ranks? Which again, I think shout out moment ranks, because this is sick. This is sick. It's just fun using the utility. It's a slick interface. It's easy to move around on. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. It was wild last night though. Here, if we go to my matchups from last night, here we go. I was really sitting pretty for a while. And then, Ja Morant's didn't even get because he played the block. 61 points without the block. 61 points. And then I, like a fish, I played Capella, which was sharp. But didn't play the Simmons call that I had. Russ was pretty disappointing. But we were on a nice run. We were going to be, I think, what were we? 14-10 going into yesterday or something like that. And I forget what the exact number was, but it was looking like a 10-0 night. And then it went wild. We the People says, I think Booker 3 is smart since he won't be able to get in the paint. And if they are down, he should be chucking. Yeah, that's true. And the Middleton assist is 5.1. Dude, Middleton's going to be different. I wouldn't play that in head to head. I don't even know if you're asking me. I wouldn't play that in head to head. I really like that for the daily contest though. And I think differentiating those types of plays is pretty smart. That's something you need to do. I think you build your head-to-head first, try to create who are the best 5 plays that I have, no matter what. Not worrying about getting different. Just what's the highest floor I can create of points, and then go from there. All right, y'all. I think if you guys don't have any more questions, I think we'll wrap it up there. Again, yeah, check out the Patreon if you're into this. And get in the Discord. We also, if you're in the Discord, you probably already know this. If you're not, join the Discord. But we also have a Moment Ranks Discord in there, a Moment Ranks CFS Discord that just talks about it, that you don't even have to be signed up for the Patreon to get involved at. And we're pretty active in there as well. So I hope this was fun for everybody. I enjoyed doing it. I love, again, shout out Moment Ranks. Love doing this stuff. And then, just to plug one more thing with the 89 Cavs, just an NBA podcast. We're going to be back tonight at 7:00, leading us into the game. So should be a good time. And more importantly, let's get out of here with the PJ Washington, right? All right. Thanks, guys.
PJ Washington.